Hello, this is Mr. Teal. Today is October 7th. It's a Wednesday. We're halfway through the week. This is a video for those individuals who are absent or need some additional help. Hopefully by now you've gone through the PowerPoints, kind of worked out as much as you can. This is kind of to help you check the work. So here we go. So first question wants us to simplify 2.5x plus 3.2ef plus 6.8h minus 1.1x minus 1.19h minus 10. Oh my goodness, that was a lot. So all we're asked to do basically is to combine things that are similar. So when I look through here, I see I have a 2.5x and I have a negative 1.1x. Again, notice how I've put the circle around the sign as well, just to kind of help myself out. I have a 3.2 EF. If I look through the rest of it, I don't have any of the EF. There's nothing I can do. I have a 6.8 H. I also have an H right here, so I'm going to go ahead and put a box around that, put a box around that, and then that negative 10, I don't have anything I can combine that with. So here we go. 2.5x and a negative 1.1x is going to give me a 1.4x. I'm going to bring down the 3.2 EF. If I combine a 6.8h and a negative 1.9h, I'm going to get an answer of a positive 4.9h. And then I'm going to bring down that negative 10. So there is my simplified expression. Second question wants us to factor. So I'm going to look for the GCF. So my factors of 8 are 1 and 8 and 2 and 4. Factors of 20 are 1 and 20. Oops, let's get rid of that. Sorry about that. 1 and 20. 4 and 5. And 2 and 10. So I see a 1 in common. I have a 2 in common, but it looks like I have a bigger number in common, which is a 4. So there's my GCF. Draw my picture. I'm going to make sure to put my variable in so I don't forget that. If I factor a 4 out of an 8, I get 2. If I factor a 4 out of 20, I get a 5. Now, do not forget your negatives. So because both terms are negative, you could factor a negative out like this. Or we would also accept if you left the negative on both terms inside the parentheses. We would accept that as well. And there you go. Last one wants us to simplify. So based off of what I remember, we're going to distribute first. So I'm going to go woo and get a negative 2 times d, which is a negative 2d. Woo! I'm going to use my superpower. A negative 2 times a negative 3 gives me a positive 6. And then I'm going to use that plus 7. So I can combine a positive 6 and a positive 7. So I'm going to bring down my negative 2d because I can't combine that with anything. And a 6 and a 7, because they're both positive, it's going to give me a positive 13. There's the deep thought for the day. You're welcome to pause it and read it through. As far as announcements go, today is 1st and 4th hour win time. So I'm going to have students fix some mistakes or some oopses on their feedbacks. They're also going to work on missing assignments, stuff like that. Afternoon classes, we had a substitute yesterday. Thank you so much for doing a great job. I greatly appreciate that. Last thing, our next feedback is going to be this Friday. It's going to have questions with combining like terms, factoring, problems where you have to distribute and combine like terms all in one problem, and they are going to have some real life problems as well. So you'll want to definitely make sure you stay caught up with those. So we've gone through the self-start. So today we're going to be creating algebraic expressions. Algebraic means that you're going to have some variables involved. So some of the expressions we create are going to have some letters in them. So let's get started. So yesterday we talked about adding one more word to our keywords, and that's the word and. And typically means that we're going to be adding. So we started with this problem yesterday. You're going to see the newest Frozen movie in theaters. You need to buy a ticket to get in and want to get popcorn and a drink and candy. How much money will you spend in total? So we already noticed that we have an and. And somebody also said, well, the total typically means add as well. So you've got a couple indicators in there that we're going to be adding. So on a problem like this, a numeric expression would be 8 for movie ticket, $6.25 for popcorn, $4.75 for soda, and $3 for candy. So this would have been my numerical expression. Numerical because they're all numbers, there's no variables involved. We have all of the information. So when I added all of those up, I should have gotten an answer of 22. So $22. So the problem is sometimes we don't get all the information that we need. So what are we going to do? Well, let's say, for example, the movie ticket cost you $6. Popcorn was $4.25. The soda was $5.75. Well, we don't know how much the candy is. So in math, we use a variable for things that we don't know. So in this case, when I come up with an algebraic expression, we're going to say it's $6 and $4.25 and $5.75. And because we don't know how much the candy is, I'm just going to put an X. So basically this tells me a movie ticket for $6, popcorn for $4.25, soda for $5.75, and something for candy. We just don't know. When I combine everything that's similar, I'm going to get, let's see, that's going to be 10, that's going to be 16. And so I'm going to spend $16 for those things and something for candy. And there you go. You cannot simplify that any further. So this right here, this is an algebraic expression because I don't have all the information. I have to use a variable. So here's our next one. Those people that aren't here, we were given a white paper that has boxes for this type of stuff that we just filled in. See me if you want to get that when you come back. I have 30 red flowers and some white flowers. Write an algebraic expression to represent the number of flowers altogether. Well, there's that keyword right there, and. So what do we know? We know we have 30 red flowers. What do we not know? We don't know the number of white flowers. This is not hashtag white flowers. This is a number sign, so we don't know the number of white flowers. What variable will we use? Well, you guys can use any variable you want. I'm going to use W for white, and I'm just going to put it all together now. I have 30 red flowers, so I'm going to put that there, and means add some white flowers. 30 red and some white. And this right here would be my algebraic expression. So relatively basic on this one. We'll do one more. Bob bought 5 books for X dollars each and a DVD for $12. Write an expression for how much money Bob spent. What do we know? Well, we know he bought 5 books. We know he bought a DVD, which was $12. What do we not know? We don't know the cost for each book. What variable do we want to use? Well, typically students would say the letter B because B for book. So now we're going to write the expression. So I know I'm going to, oh, I see a keyword. Ah, look at that. Okay, so 5 books for X dollars. Oh, and there's another keyword, each. So that tells me we're going to be multiplying. So I've got 5 books for X dollars each. Well, let's get rid of that B then. Let's change it to an X just so it matches. So now that multiply, that each, means that we're multiplying the 5 and the X. And $12 for a DVD. And then I am done. There's nothing I can do to simplify that any further. So there you go. There's kind of a lesson on algebraic and kind of a refresher on numeric expressions. Hopefully you guys come back soon. We miss you, and we'll talk to you guys later. Email your teacher if you guys have any questions.